I don't believe that. For Universal, and by the way, yes, Universal is part of this release, is Sony Universal. Universal wants this beef to continue. Bro, think about it, man. Yo, let me tell you this. Again, which we're going to get to. Because I seen Drake do some shit. I was like, Drake, you're tweaking. A good friend of mine, Lucian Grange's son, Elliot Grange. I remember talking to him in the midst of everything going on with Trippie and 6ix9ine. Yes, he signed both of them to 10K projects. And when he was talking to me, now, this is the business guy. If you don't know who he is, by the way, he's running Atlantic now. He's actually really damn near running Warner because Atlantic Music Group, combined with 300, YSL, everything now is under Atlantic Music Group. And that's being ran by Lucian Grange's son. So Ice Spice, Meg, everybody, Cardi, Lucian Grange's son is running that over at the competitor for Lucian Grange. So my man Elliot, if you don't know, the Granges are from the UK. Okay? Elliot, he's from the UK. A lot of times he would even hit me up. This back then. He'd be like, yo, listen, he's like, you know culture. This is when he's trying to sign the 6ix9ines and Trippie. He's like, you know culture, you know rap. I want to pick your brain because I think this is the new future of how music's going to go. I want these guys to get on my label, right? So I'm talking to him. I'm telling him who's popping. I'm blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And just like anybody from a label, and by the way, I'm saying this, and I hope no one trying to weaponize it because this is a really honest and just like naive conversation. He's a businessman. He's a businessman. So he's telling me about all the headaches he's going through with like 6ix9ine and Trippie. If you ever hear some of this shit is wild. Like Trippie heard that one time that they're on the same label. So 6ix9ine was supposedly introduced to Elliot by Trippie. Then Trippie got promised some percentage on 6ix9ine's deal. Then 6ix9ine heard about that, and 6ix9ine wanted off the label. So it's a lot of like back. You're managing two artists, and they're like fucking beefing like Bloods and Crips. So he's talking to So anyway, he's telling me just all the bullshit that he's having to deal with. I think one of them found out that somebody got like $1 million, and then he had to go send the other nigga because they really hate each other that much at that point, right? And the story's gonna make sense in how I wrap it up with this. So, you know, he's just telling me, he's like, yo, this is just, he's like, I just wish that these guys could get along. That's just his whole thing. He don't want them to be like, well, he's like, I wish these guys could get along. And he's like, yo, I remember calling him after 6ix9ine and Trippie was on Instagram Live, and there was 250,000 people watching them, and 6ix9ine was in the pool. Like, I think y'all probably seen that before. 6ix9ine, Trippie. Yeah. Is it this? No. Yeah. Fuck, they were arguing. 6ix9ine and Trippie argument IG Live. Yeah, I think it was this. It was like 250,000 people watching.
That shit is true. And you say, yo, I didn't know that shit was true, but let's do it.
Okay, anyway. There's 250,000 people tuned in live. And I remember calling Elliot, because again, I'm a numbers guy. He's a business guy. I'm a numbers guy. I called him and I said, Elliot, what are you doing? He said, Ak, what's up? I said, bro, you know your two artists was online arguing like girls in front of 250,000 people? They both have new music out, and not one time for an hour did they say, go buy my new song. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? So really, I was just trying to see, like, how the fuck you have this much people watching you and you don't promote shit? You're just beefing. Like, they don't give two fucks. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Let's beat up and fight. I'm like, damn, at least be like, yo, go to Spotify. Like, yo, get my album or something like that. You know what I mean? No promotion. So that's what I'm calling him. I'm like, bro, can't you at least tell them, like, if they're going to beef, mention their new song? And he's like, yo, Ak, man, I wish these guys would get along, man. I just wish they would get along. Like, whatever. And he's like, yo, he's like, Act, this is what I'm going through. And then he said to me, so Act, you know what I wanted to do?